Welcome guys to a brand new video on Black Clover Mobile. Now in today's video what I want to do is talk about the newly announced season 2 banner. So the season 2 banners have been announced. We have a trailer for them as well, which showcases the animations for all three of the characters, and the characters are indeed Noelle, Gauche and Charmy. Now we've already briefly talked about them before, and I've talked about why you actually want to be skipping on this banner. Even though season 2 Noelle is absolutely insane, you can actually still get her for free from the gateway of reunion, so you technically don't even need to summon on the banner. Now if you guys are summoning, it means you have a lot of resources saved up to also summon for Julius, who is also going to be coming on the 24th or 25th depending on where you are. So I personally will only be going in there doing like 1 to 2 multis. My aim is to get Charmy, but if I get Gauche instead, I'm fine with that. I also want to get Noelle, so if I get Noelle from the banner, then I'll just use the gateway of reunion to get another character instead. So that is actually pretty exciting. So for the rest of the video, we're going to be taking a look at all three of the characters. We're not going to focus too much on Noelle because I've already made several videos on her. We haven't focused on Charmy or Gauche, so I think this video should be dedicated to them as well. But I will also go over whether or not you guys should actually summon or do like 1 to 2 multis. But like I mentioned, you definitely want to save resources for Julius. Julius is a character you want to max out completely. You also want to get his skill page. With Noelle, you don't actually even need to go for the banners to get her skill page, because you can technically buy the battle pass, which it does cost real life money. It's not that even expensive, and it gives you a lot of really good items, but you can get her skill page over there, which is actually going to be very helpful towards her. So hopefully you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more content on Black Clover Mobile. I have noticed a lot of you guys are watching the video but are not subscribed or are not liking the video. What are you guys doing? Help out your boy, show your support, and let's get right into it. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, I will not be spending too long on Noelle, but she is the most important character in the banner, and in fact the most important character in the game when she comes out. She is absolutely insane and she is a must-have. Now what she does with her skill 2 is basically allow you to give barriers to your allies, which basically increases your favorable damage by 10%, and also has the ability to increase to counter attack as well. So if the enemy is unable to break the barrier, you basically counter attack. And she also has the ability to buff up her damage by like 70% and essentially counter attack. Most of her skills are also AoE, so her skill 1, the spammable skill, is also AoE, and the damage potential is insane from there. The special skill is also AoE. She can buff up her damage as well, and she also has a combination attack that also provides a buff, increased damage by 15%, and it's once again an AoE ability. Now when it comes to her level 2's passive, or the passive you unlock when you dupe her up 2 times, you basically have at the start of the wave, grant yourself a barrier equal to 10% of damage taken for 2 turns. So honestly, this is an amazing skill, just helping you guys survive a little bit more. And then her other passive, when you get her to LR, is basically applies 10% increased magical attack to yourself. Now overall, you definitely want to get some dupes for her as well, but you can also just use the universal dupes you have available. She should be coming out in about 7 days now, give or take a couple of days. Now in terms of how many universal dupes you should have, I think you should have like 4. You have the potential to get 4 within the duration of her banner, so you can technically dupe her up 4 times, but I would not recommend doing that. Just dupe her up 2 times and save the rest for Julius, potentially, if you don't get a lot of copies for him when you summon for him. So that is Noelle, but let's go ahead and focus on the 2 other characters that I have not talked about on any of my video. So the next character you want to focus on is the swimsuit version of Charmy, who is the same elemental type as the SR version. Now this is a better version than the SR version of Charmy, but what she does is basically provides you with healing, and the healing is actually AoE. She also has the ability to increase your special points by like +1. Also has the ability to dispel DOT, so damage over time. Also has the ability to increase your defense by 175%. This is her special skill. I believe she's one of the few characters that can actually increase defense by 175%, so that's actually very good. A combination attack actually increases magical attack by level 5, so that is a 100% increase in your attack, and she also then increases your special points by 1. Now she actually does have a good level 2 passive in my opinion. So when an ally turns end, grants a 3% max HP as HP recovery to the ally with the lowest HP, and a unique passive is basically grants 10% increase max HP. Now she is one of the few characters that scales off the HP, so if you guys have LR gears with HP stats, then you can actually use this on her. I am finally able to get rid of it or use it on a character because I have a lot of HP gear, but I just don't want to use them. But finally I have a character that scales up of that, so she's going to actually be good in PvP as well, and very good in PvE content as well. But then again, you don't necessarily need to run healers when you're completing most PvE content, but if you do, then Charmy is an absolutely amazing character. So the third character is Gauche, and he is a buffer, and I think he is the best buffer for Swimsuit Noelle. So basically what he does is basically increase weapon enhancement. So basically it provides that to all allies, which is basically increased damage by 30% to all allies. This is his skill 1, and then his skill 2 has the ability to increase all attack by level 3, which is 50% of attack and 50% of magical attack as well. He can also increase penetration by 40%, and he has this ability called Intense Sunlight, which basically increases damage dealt by 5%, cannot be removed. So any unit that has buff removal, it can't happen on this character or with this buff, and you can stack this up to 3 times. So that's a 15% buff. And then going over to his special skill, it's another buff, grants strength by, basically provides fortified, which basically reduces the damage taken and also increases accuracy by 32%. I don't know how important accuracy is at the moment, but okay. And then he also has DOT immunity as well, and then his combination attack basically increases crit rate by 30% and increases mobility by a fixed amount. Going over to his passive, at level 2, so if you do put him up 2 times, increases damage dealt by 5%. This is not that, upon using skill 2, grants a random ally Intense Sunlight. So he basically grants 5%, and it can stack even more as well. This is alright. And then his unique passive, once you get into LR, grants you HP recovery equal to 15% of your maximum HP when the duration of your buff ends. I don't really like this one too much as well. So overall, he is a buffer. I don't expect any damage from him, and he's pretty decent as well, pretty good in my opinion actually. So in terms of who are your most important ones, like I mentioned, Noelle, then Charmy, then Gauche. I do recommend doing like 1 to 2 multis and then stopping, seeing what you get. Hopefully you can actually pull an SSR characters within that summon, but if you can't, then that's unfortunate, but you need to stop right there. If you're free to play player, you need to control yourself with this banner, but those characters are extremely important characters in my opinion, and extremely amazing to get in game as well. I wonder if we're going to get a second batch of the swimsuit characters, because is still yet to come. Is there any other season 3 characters that you could potentially release? I think that is actually it. No, there's more actually. There should be more swimsuit characters coming out in the future. I just can't. Asto as well, but Asto isn't good, so you can skip out on him as well. Anyways, hopefully you guys are enjoying this video. Stay tuned for more content on Black Clover Mobile, and tell me down in the comment section how much resources you guys have saved for the banner. Are you guys going to be summoning, or are you just going to be using all your resources for Julius? It is important that you can guarantee Julius, so 200 summons. You must have 200 summons for Julius's banner, guys. Definitely need to have that, and I wish you guys luck as you guys are planning your account and whatnot. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.